mannequins all parted off, let's get started with the color and balayage. You guys sound all ready for that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so I put right here, if I can just bring this over so I can show you. Can you see that okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay. So there's a few hot tips as far as balayaging, which we kind of talked about in the how technique section. One of them is backcombing. So what I'm going to have you guys do is, just so that you guys can really get the hang of it, and just so that you know, you can do backcombing in all of these sections, or you can just do it in one or two sections, but it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be done in section 3, but I'm going to have you guys try the backcombing technique in section 3 of your mannequin. So does that sound good? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my gloves and show you what the backcombing technique really is. Alright, so what I like to do when I'm backcombing for balayage is I like to take a triangle section like this. Do you see that? Yeah. Okay, so we take a triangle section and we're just going to go ahead and pull that up and sweep, make a sweeping motion with our hand to backcomb. We're going to bring that all the way to the roots and see what this does. And now I'm going to do it with the other side, a sweeping motion. So in the front and the back. And do you see how that holds that piece of hair away from the rest of the hair?
Yeah, that's amazing.
So that's going to take away all of your bleeding, and that's going to add a lot of really pretty color towards the ends of the hair. So that's going to give you that look, that balayage, that illumination technique look. So another hot tip that you can do is, if you're really wanting to see that dark to light look, is start with 20 volume peroxide developer. So we're using Blonde Dimensions today for our lightener, and we're going to start out with a 20 volume in zone 2, and then in zone 3 you can do 30 volume. So that's just something that you guys can do in the salon with your clients. But just because we're using mannequins, and mannequins are a little bit harder to see color, and I really want you guys to see the outcome of what this looks like on your mannequin, we're going to use 40 volume peroxide today. Okay, so the other secret is, if you look at my bowl, one of the reasons why I don't have bleeding is because I have a nice, clean bowl and brush. And we're going to have a clean application. So you can see with Redken bowls, actually, they even have a little divider. You can place the brush nicely in and keep that color away from your brush so that it stays clean, it doesn't go up onto the brush. Okay, so I'm going to do, and I'm using a little bit of Color Extend conditioner. So, but just so that I can show you, because we've already colored this mannequin, and then you guys are going to use Blonde Dimensions. The other secret is having a nice, clean, even application. So we're really evenly distributing this product onto the hair. So you can see that when I pull this end up, there's not a little tiny bit of hair that's not colored. Okay. And then I just take that, and I just take my fingers, and I smooth that up into the backcombing part of the hair. Okay. And what that's going to do is diffuse the line and make it a little bit softer as it goes into the lightener. What questions do you have about that? No?
No, that's really cool.
Okay, so are you ready to try it yourself?
Yes.
Okay, so do you guys want to see one more before you try it? Or do you want to just go ahead and get started?
How much space are we leaving between the backcomb sections?
Okay, that's a great question. So how much space are we leaving between the backcomb sections? It just depends on how much color you're wanting to see. If we're wanting to have really dramatic ombre, we could backcomb all of this. And then all of her ends down here would be color. If you're wanting to have a little bit of space in between it, you can definitely do that. We can section this off and clip it out of the way. So I'm just going to use that clip. And that's about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. And then I would grab my next triangle piece and get started with my backcomb. Okay. Pulling it up, doing my sweeping motion. Doing my sweeping motion up top, making sure that there's enough hair to break it away from all of the other hair, and then I would do my nice clean application.